My boyfriend and I have been together for 1 year, and my feelings towards him in that time have never changed. We have the same sense of humor. We always have fun, whenever we go, and cannot stop making each other laugh. We get along with each other's family and friends. We have the same values and shared interests. We both want the same things for our future: marriage, children, a house, etc. And there is physical attraction as well. This is man who I want to marry. I feel we are very compatible, and I accept him fully for who he is. Our relationship is by far the best I've ever had, and there is so much I love, admire, and respect about him as a person. The spark between us was immediate, and we talked about marriage, children, etc. early on. He even took me to look at rings and to get my finger sized. He parents have gifted us furniture sets and are saying things like, I feel like you'll be a part of our lives for a long time, or you're the only woman he's ever brought home before. I truly thought with every fiber of my beings that he and I were on the same page. Then I noticed the talk of marriage and kids stopped. I started to worry we were stagnating, so I asked him if he still felt the same, and he said that he was concerned about my faith. My boyfriend is a Christian, and he has been a Christian his whole life. He grew up reading the Bible and going to church on Sundays, and his conviction is something I've always admired. I was raised in a secular community, in a secular school, and didn't read the Bible as a child. I started reading it as an adult and quickly decided I wanted to become a Christian. Our faith was something we shared early on in the relationship and often discussed. Now, however, he feels that my walk with God has drifted, and that he isn't sure when he will be ready to marry me. For one, he found out I wasn't baptized, which is something I planned to do before we married, and two, I don't go to church with him every Sunday, because we both work full-time jobs, have family and friends, chores and errands, and we do not live together or share responsibilities. Sometimes, it's just not feasible for me to go and still be ready for work on Monday. He does not approve of this and believes that I am failing to make time for God, which should be the most important part of my life. There's no way to gently have this conversation either, because, as far as he's concerned, any reason I have to miss church is just an excuse, an inability to correctly prioritize God. End of story. Sometimes, I feel his expectations of me are unfair. Although he doesn't directly say it, I often wonder if he's comparing me to the women in his family, who do not work or pay their own bills. I have always taken care of myself, and I don't think it's fair to expect me to have the open schedule of a housewife. I work just as much as him, and I have my own life, my own interests, my own hobbies and family, and I wish he would understand and respect that. I don't want to lose my autonomy to him or the church. Sometimes, I feel like I'm getting the raw end of the deal. He wants a woman to follow, but I will not follow a man who isn't even sure if he wants to be with me long term. It feels like he's asking me to follow him blindly, potentially into ruin at this point. He claims over and over that he still wants marriage and kids, but I need to prove my faith. I need to correct my course with God, study the Bible more, and get baptized before he'll be ready. However, that feels like an imaginary goalpost, one that cannot be objectively measured, one that gives him all the power. But he just doesn't see it like that. I will be going into my 30s soon, and I don't know if I want to waste another year, knowing what I know now. I was willing to give him 2 years, but after learning how he feels about my faith, I just don't know if it's worth the risk. Any thoughts? I really need advice.